Welcome back to another episode of Times New Roman, where it is time to talk about Fourth Wing. The boys have finished. I'm Nick.
I'm Greg.
I'm Will.
And it is time. The boys finished Fourth Wing. How did we like it?
Yes. Rated 5 stars on Goodreads.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I was close to not 5-starring it. I don't want to chuck out controversy right off the rip, but
No,
until we
who's
got
that?
Zayden's view, like those last two chapters, I was like, it could have gone to a strong 4.5, which would have 4.4, which would have been a 4. But once we got his view, I was like,
this about your terrible opinion. Let's get to the juice list. Did you cry? I know Willie was close.
dude,
Will was close.
By myself. If I was not reading in front of the family waiting for dinner to come, I probably would have cried.
Dude, I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you read in front of people. I feel so self-conscious when I read. I have to be like in the privacy of my own room. I can't. No one can be looking at me.
I need to keep reading. Like at that moment, I was like, I need
to
to
work.
finish this chapter.
Dude, I almost want no one to know that I read. I
I broke the train to New York.
I feel like it's like
Reader.
I'm a closet reader. I haven't come out of the closet yet with my reading. But
Well, spoilers for those of you who have not actually read the book yet. So this is your warning. So if you stay, that's on you. I don't want to hear it. Yes.
Finished it.
So
It's
I apologize for, kind of like lying about Liam there for a minute. Liam is he's a goner. Kick the can.
I'm
You
pissed.
did say
He's my favorite
his power
character.
got better. I don't know if that was on the last episode we recorded.
Yeah, that
or
wasn't a
just-
lie.
I feel like
You guys didn't pick it up.
Pick up what?
pick up what he saw them.
No, when you read the last battle, there's
Well, I'm just saying that like
he wields ice.
Oh,
Liam wielded ice.
I noticed that, but I didn't want to credit him with that because, as Greg has made it clear, ice is a bitch power.
It is.
So I was-
it is very much
I
big
was
power.
like, that just goes to show how fucking powerful he was, though, having two.
Dude, now I know that like if a character gets like a shitty ability or shitty signet, they will die. Like Liam, one of my favorite characters. I was super pumped for him, even though, like I said before, his powers was just binoculars and he like had nothing else to do. But now that I know if someone gets a power like that, like something crappy like that, they're just done. They're just a supporting character. They're done. So now, if in Iron Flame, if we get new characters and their signets are like ice, water, earth, this is like Avatar, Last Airbender powers. They're just a
Didn't say
goner. Fire, gone. They're gonna die. I'm predicting right now. Riddick dies 100%. Riddick is a goner. I don't even remember what is Riddick's power again. He like forms. He's an ice guy, right? Yeah,
Ice.
done.
Nice. Okay, well, hold on. So here's my argument. You brought in a fun little
No, no,
segment there. You said, "Oh, it's like Avatar: The Last Airbender." Well, what happens in Avatar: The Last Airbender with the water girl? I forgot her
Stop
name.
it!
Tara.
Don't put me on the spot here because I haven't
What
watched
happened?
it. I haven't watched
She
it.
becomes, what does she become? A bloodbender. She enhances her power. Did you ever stop to think that maybe, hey, these are
Okay.
some first year kids here. Maybe their powers enhance.
Dude,
Um,
water versus
way to
bloodbending, same thing.
Show, dude.
Yeah, hold on.
What'd you say, Will?
Spoilers for Avatar: Last Airbender.
Throw
I didn't
that in the
say
comment. That's a spoiler.
Spoilers for Avatar: Last Airbender. Sorry about that one.
Yeah, dude, Jesus.
We'll
I
have
mean,
to-
the show's been out
Yeah,
since
I'm
what,
never
2000
pick it back up
something.
again.
yeah, no. Dude, I've never watched it, and now it's spoiled.
I've watched it multiple times. Great show, dude.
I would have went with the boys, or no, Gen V for fucking bloodbending. That's sick.
Yeah, but
I'm just saying, listen, like, you guys have read the first book. There's 2 more books still. And then after that, there's 2 more books that are yet to be released. I think maybe Greg's over here jumping ahead of himself, that he thinks that all these like lesser signet people or like again, like what do you know about Violet? Sweet dude. So Violet can fucking just like throw fucking spaghetti at a wall and hopefully it hits and she kills a venom. Like that's not that great either. I'm just saying.
I mean,
Or
hers
more
is at
accurate,
least
that's just-
cooler, or like she has like a godly power. Like she's
He's
like,
100% gonna get another one. And
well, she
Darna's
already
just
has two
not.
powers, right? She already has two. I mean, I think low key she's gonna. Sorry, go ahead. I don't know.
No, you can go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I think she's gonna like. I think she's gonna like somehow taint or twist, and Darna is just gonna die, and it's gonna be because she just like completely consumed all her power, and now she's like half venom, half whatever. But I like that's that's probably Onyx Storm. That's probably deep into the third book when that starts to happen.
Has 100% something to do with Zayden because she says that his eyes are onyx fucking 900 times.
Doesn't she also say she like he? Oh no,
Good job,
no.
buddy.
Zayden says she has golden eyes, right?
I said it after the first one too, but I don't think we
Onyx
recorded
Golden
it.
Eyes.
Onyx
Yeah.
golden eyes. Interesting.
I mean, wow. Good job, Willie. You picked one of the two main characters that the third book would be
my
about.
The real
I
question-
was just was in the beginning.
There's silver in the book too. Guess what color hair Violet has?
Silver.
Red.
Red.
Wait, what? Wait, why are you bringing up silver anyway? The next book's Iron Flame.
Well, we was talking about
Potential fourth. Total.
Silver Storm. Just
Yeah,
call it
so-
more storm food.
we'll keep her moving since these guys, they gotta keep reading. But
We're tantalizing here.
Willie was correct. Will was correct. He called that Brennan was alive, but at the end of Fourth Wing, is Brennan alive? Is Brennan a venom? Is Brennan good? I don't know. Will also thinks that the
See, now-
Griffins. Thinks he was right about that they're good,
He's
but are they
trying
good?
to deflate my confidence.
I'm
Brennan
not
is
trying
alive.
to say nothing.
That-
I'm
that
just
was
saying,
solid. Don't.
Deflate my
I'm
cup.
curious to see if it was a him faking his death situation, joining the rebels, which is like whatever the Tyrandors,
Mhm.
of joining them, or if it was like if his death Lilith knows about, or if she covered it up. I'm thinking it's between one of those. But obviously there's more to how it's going to be, but that'll be like the main crux of it.
Dude,
What do you think, Greg?
Dude,
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to. We have to go on a little bit of a side plot here because Vi is so pissed off at Zayden, like because Zayden just not really technically not lying, but like not really telling her what's going on, just kind of keep her in the dark.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, I personally don't really care because I probably would do the same thing if I'm Zayden in his shoes because I'm like, we don't really know, we can't really just trust her. This is Lilith's daughter, even if I'm falling madly in love with her, it's like we have to break that one slowly. But but the thing is, right? She's pissed that he's not telling her like in the terms of like things that are happening are quite small compared to, hey, your brother's alive. And I know your brother's alive this entire time. And you think he's dead. I've seen you in pain and grief about him, but he's alive. And then my thing is the book ends in such a point where I'm like, I just want to know what's Violet's reaction. She goes so high. Like if she's already so pissed at Zayden for those things, she should be like, I'm never going to talk to you again. Like, it's over. GG. Zayden, you're done. Go home.
I don't think
It sounds like you should read on it, our Iron Flame there, buddy.
I mean, listen, I have the book here.
I'll give you a little.
Like it's
little-
percolating. It's
Yeah.
ready.
The little spoiler is that Iron Flame picks up exactly where Fourth Wing stops
I like it.
to the T.
To the team.
I'm
To the
hoping
T.
that's
So
what-
your answer of like how she reacts immediately, you get it immediately.
I'm predicting Brennan has no signet power. He's just a weak, pathetic nothing. He has nothing. He like actually low-key almost
You already know
died.
his power.
I know his power
Yeah.
is mending, but I think he's done. I think he's toast. I don't think he can do anything because he got siphoned hardcore as whatever. I think instead
That's
of
what you were told.
no, I'm about to drop some. I'm about to drop some knowledge on you. I'm about to drop some knowledge on
Will
you.
wants this to be
It
true
wasn't.
so bad.
It wasn't the two of them like going off and like trying to like defend or whatever. They were actually fighting each other, and Brennan actually loses. That's my thoughts on it. And he siphons all the power out of Brennan, and then Brennan's left just like a carcass. Well, not really. He's still a person, obviously, but has no abilities anymore. So
Ever stop to think and maybe it's something completely else?
I mean, trust me, I'm going like I went from they were friends to like trying to save Brennan to now they were enemies in a mortal war fighting each other. See, Will's even pondering that thought because that's definitely believable.
Well, I was trying to follow your logic, and it was a little tough.
No, listen, stop it. My logic
Can
has
there
been
be
sound
something
still.
else?
Like
Well,
what are you alluding
there's
to?
always something else. But going back to the party where Nick made me aware that Liam obviously knew Brennan.
Mhm.
So obviously Brennan has been around the rebellion relic. So it's been like long enough, and if he knows his tendencies, like if Liam knows Brennan's tendencies, I doubt that it's a enemy situation. And like the way he said it wasn't like out of fear; it was like out of knowing him personally. I feel.
Hmm. Oh, yeah, I also want to talk about how this entire like city gets rebuilt, and just like no one realizes it.
Well, I don't think it's entirely rebuilt yet.
I mean, the way they phrased it, they were like, it's getting rebuilt, but like, how, like, you know what I mean? You have a whole rebellion. You have Brennan in this castle. I don't know. But the other thing is like Brennan's
Well, let me ask you
dragon.
this.
How does Brennan's dragon not know?
That
Because
was
it's
my
like
question.
Violet's
You know
dragon now. It's the same dragon.
What was that? Well,
Do we know the deal with Brennan's dragon? I was trying to remember, and I couldn't, and I didn't feel like looking it up.
It's Tyrion.
yes. No, it's not. You.
That was Naomi.
Oh, it's Naomi's.
Naomi's.
Damn. Okay, I was thinking it was that one. Okay, because that was running through my brain for a while. Where I was like, this makes no sense. Why he gave up his dragon out of nowhere?
No.
Okay,
What do we know about dragons and their riders?
they die painfully
Um,
when the rider dies.
hang on, I think it's at
Oh,
the back
yeah.
on the back of the book, not the front. A dragon without its rider is a tragedy.
Tragedy.
A rider without their dragon dead.
Exactly. So if Brennan is alive,
Brennan's dragon's not dead.
there you go. And what do we know about dragons? They don't what? What does
Bond.
Tiernan say to Violet when they're riding and she starts saying, you know, calling out to Zahala and all that stuff? What does he say? Dragons don't what? Dragons don't care about your puny gods because dragons are gods. Dragons are gods. Dragons do only take orders from other dragons.
Mm-hmm.
So, Bascaeff, if Brennan is alive, which I'm not still confirming yes or no. No, I was kidding. He is alive, but I'm not confirming if he's good or
What
not.
are we doing?
It's a
He
projection.
is alive, but I won't confirm if he's good or
He's
bad.
a Brennan. The dragon he has is a fucking wyvern or
But-
whatever.
If that's the case, then we know that his dragon does not have to communicate with Bascaeff because dragons don't answer to humans.
That's true.
So his dragon is alive, his dragon is there. There was one other key piece of information as to why they have, even if they wanted to know, they wouldn't know, but if they could know because of Melgren, they would never know because more than one relic kid together, or more than two relic kids together, he can't predict the future of the battles or outcomes.
Yeah,
So there'd be no possible way for Bascaeff to know.
Yeah, so Brennan's just always around them. So then clearly not enemies.
yeah, but it's more than two relics have to be together, or is it more than three?
More than two.
More than two. Okay, so Melgren's
I'm
fine.
infringing with the law. Like,
That's why.
Because the
What'd you
wall is
say?
3.
Yeah.
Oh, is it
I'm,
3?
It's
I'm with
3,
Greg.
yeah.
No,
Then it's 3. So then it's more than 3. So once it gets to 4, yeah, because they can't be with more than 3 at a time. Yeah.
yeah, because when they're under the trees, Zayden's like
Oh,
leave in groups of 3. And then
Exactly.
there's
That's why, like, so Melgrim had no idea how the battle that they went to was going to go, or that they even fought in the battle.
you know what I want to reread now? I want to reread the part when that one kid gets the power where he can read minds. I want to reread that piece of like things he was shouting out because I want
Very
to.
needs to reread.
Yeah, I want to reread that one piece because, like, obviously the professor kills the kid or whatever, but I want to know because Zayden's there. I want to know. I don't know. I want to know what was said by that guy because I feel like that guy probably spilled some beans that we'll probably know more about. And now we also see why Dane is so dangerous now because now it's like Dane is like honestly enemy number 1 right now. Like we can't even go near that guy anymore. If we do, it's like we're toast. He's gonna know all about Brennan, all about this crazy place. The rebellion is toast.
Do we think she goes back to school like at all?
Yeah, what do you think happens there? Do you think they go back to school? Do you think they don't go back to school?
Because I haven't even read I was gonna say the back, but like with these types of covers, they're like in the front page. Like
Yeah,
I haven't read
anything.
this. So
I'll read it.
yeah, I don't want to. I just like jumping in, read the acknowledgement, and like let's go.
Yeah. I'm trying does she? Do I think she goes back to school?
She's in. Like, isn't that like the last like few paragraphs? Zayden's like, "Are you in or out?"
Oh no.
Well, she says she's in. She says she's fully in.
Of the resistance.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's I guess. So technically, Melgren and anyone at Basquiat doesn't. I just said it confidently. I took a shot.
You did. I was proud of you. You did. You went right.
But so technically, everyone there has no idea what happened. So they could like, no one knows what's going on still. So I guess they could go back, and at least the way Zayden was talking, because he was saying like we need to figure out a way for you to never have that issue with Dane again. So I feel like in Zayden's mind, they're seeing Dane again because the long game's still on. Take out from within.
They already know how to get it. So, like, Zayden already knows what to train Violet at, so she can not have to worry about Dane. It actually has to do with the shielding. Remember how he's teaching her shielding?
Yeah. Well,
that. So she has to get her shield strong enough that she could keep him out. The other thing to answer your question, do they go back to school? You find that out within like the first like 30, 40 pages of Ironblade.
I feel like they have to go back to play. They have to play the game. Like they can't just like screw off and not play the game.
Understand also though, they committed treason by like, fighting.
Oh yeah.
It says like
not necessarily.
fight and die or leave the kids and go to war games. Basically, like it says that like if you don't go to war games, we know that like, that you're a traitor and like all that.
Well, I didn't think at least the way I read it, I didn't read it like it was like if you stay and fight, you're a traitor. It was just like if you stay and fight, it was like risk death. Like,
oh no, if you stay and fight, you're a traitor of Basquiat, of Navarre.
I agree. I took it as you're a traitor, but I think the intention was with a statement like that if you stay, you're gonna die. I forget who the main Griffin rider was. I want to say like Danielle, but that could be way off.
That is so wrong, dude. It's not right now.
Is it?
To be honest, I don't remember her name.
Yeah, don't hit me with that thing.
Well, I almost gave a major spoiler because I know. Well, no, that's not a spoiler. I remember Kat.
That might have been it. I might have thought Danielle from a different book I'm reading. I don't know.
There's another one. Kat's the second one. Shit, you might not even met Kat yet. That's kind of a small spoiler.
No, that's all right. Spoilers for Iron Flame now.
Put it in the comments.
Put it in the
What was I-
comments.
That's kind of a small spoiler for Iron Flame there.
Yeah, Katniss Everdeen makes a scene.
Peter was saying how like we had like 4 fleets try and take out like 2, and this was like
And she tells them like
12 kids total,
don't,
maybe.
like go back to your wards, go back like
Yeah,
But, no, it's I'm
just saying, like when they get back, if they're gonna mark them as traitors, they're gonna spin some fucking bullshit because they're still not gonna tell everyone about the venom. That's like
so
what
I will say this: how the book does it. I think both of you will be very, very happy. It is one of those moments you're like, damn, like like it's how they do it. It is done extremely well. I will not confirm if they go back or not, but whatever they decide, it is done very well. Like I was like,
feel
fucking go. Like
at least barring like dramatic changes to the series that I'm not seeing like yet for book 2. I feel like they are going to stay at school just because book 2 it feels early to abandon the main setting as of right now.
So
I like, come Onyx Storm. Like obviously I have no idea what anything in Iron Flame like synopsis wise, but depending on how that ends, I could see Onyx Storm away from school. But I guess 2 could be as well because Zayden's gonna. Again, depends on if he's marked a traitor or not. Will be at the front lines.
I reread that little portion of it. I don't think there was anything in there that says like it was a like a traitorous thing. It was like Dane's father. It just says like this is a test of your leadership capabilities. Like, do you leave and you return to the war games and like, or do you stay and like and abandon your?
No. So it's not in the note. If you just reread the note, it's not in the note.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the next when Zayden tells the group. Zayden says basically along the lines, because it's been a while, but along the lines of that, like, if we stay and fight, it proves that we have been helping the Griffin Riders, which would mark us as traitors. So we either stay and fight and help the people, or we leave and we can go back to school and we're not marked as traitors. Which then he says, I'm going to fight, but I'm not going to force any of you guys to stay. And then they obviously all stay. And then they lose 2 of them.
Yeah, that's a tough loss for those. But we need to take a second and talk about these Venoms, dude.
Like, being honest.
The fact that the fact that it went from like fairy tale, we get the story from the father. The father goes like, things are. I forget the note from the father really realistically from in the book, but it pretty much says along the lines that like each generation like wipes out some old history or whatever. So it goes to show like literally like generations have like essentially wiped this from the map. But my thing is I'm still struggling to understand why go through all that trouble to wipe this off the map when it doesn't feel like, unless it's like you just truly hate the Griffins so badly that you just want them to be wiped off the face of the earth, and like the only way to do that is just by ignoring the people from the Barrens. Just going to like, well, they'll just wipe them off the face of the earth. We got the wards, and then after the war, after like they're all gone, then we'll go fight them or something like that.
So okay, so Greg, let's go dive into World History 101. When has any country opened their borders willingly to help any other foreign country when they were completely safe and protected and did not need to go into a war, besides America, because obviously we did it a lot during the world wars. But other countries, though, have willingly been like, sure, come on in, we care about you, we'll help.
Basically did with the match.
I love how like in the comments someone's gonna write like 80 countries that have all done this.
I know. It's like, someone's gonna pop off. Like,
I know.
Fuck. What a stupid take.
Yeah.
But no, like that's the thing though. So like Navarre, you also have to remember too, like where the Griffins are. I don't want to tell you where because you haven't actually like been there. It's not a spoiler, but I did tell you in Iron Flame you will get more of the Griffins and like learn about the Griffins and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So there's this, where the Griffins are from. They're not friends with Navarre. So there was a great war and they fought and all that, and then Tyranor and they all fought. So that's the thing. So Navarre won't open. All right, Navarre is protected because of the wards. The wards will only go so far. But the more people that they let in, the less, basically along the lines that they think the wards would be less effective, and they can't care for that many people. So they don't care about anybody who's not in their wards, even their own people. They let to die.
Wait, so you're dropping major leakage here, because now I'm thinking, because I'm still on the train of thought. Well, I'm saying major leakage in the sense of like if they're trying to do like this kind of like population control and like turn the wards off to like allow them to come in and essentially assassinate their own people, because they're like, we don't want these people. But that's what it sounds like now. That's my vibe now, where it's like, because why else the wards turning off?
They just don't care about, like, they just don't care about those people. So it's not about the wards being turned off. It's the fact that the wards can't be stretched any further than they already are, right? Like the only further they can go is like with people like Mira, who can like extend the wards, but they can only extend it for a brief period of time. Mm-hmm. So there are places that are further than the wards reach. That, like, for example, Rhiannon's family, she lives outside the wards of Navarre. Mm-hmm. Yes, Navarre does not care about them because Navarre cares about the people that they can protect inside the wards. So if you're not protected inside the wards, they don't care. And they're like, well, fucking free range, good luck.
Yeah.
And all those outposts, which you learn in Fourthling from, Zayden and stuff like that, all those outposts are border patrols, and they do not let people that are not Navarian into the wards.
Yeah, but even these border outposts don't even seem like that well guarded, to be honest with you, because they're willing to like completely uplift an entire regiment from the border post and just send it inwards to just get away from these venom. Because it's clear like either the frontline troops still don't even know that exists, like that the venom exists and the wyvern exists, and they're like trying to be like, I don't want you to know it exists, kind of thing. Or like I'm still trying to gain a gist of like what leadership level do people then finally find out at like that these venom exist? Like at what point is that? Is it like
Lilith definitely knows because she has
the dagger. She's ready. Obviously, the father knew.
Beneath, yeah. So probably so she's a general, commanders or like whatever's below, one below general maybe. It's like what professors, I guess. But that whole tangent was making me think about how I forget when and where, like in Violet's saying how like been at war for like 400 years, and whoever keeps like not accepting Var's peace terms. I'm thinking that like Var is the one keeping war going. Like they're not, like they're the main aggressor in terms of like they don't want to help anyone. They just want to protect themselves and like fuck anyone else that tries to get in here.
Yep,
exactly.
That's exactly true.
They got that staunch border policy.
You a bitch.
Dude, I'm still on the edge about Lilith. I don't know if she's bad or good. I feel like the author's staging her to be bad. I think she's playing the game. I think she's playing the politic game.
But that's definitely a heavy stage.
I just think she's playing the game because she would know about the the venom. The father wouldn't have known because the father would have just been like stuck with the archives and all that crap anyway. I know he's the one that gave Violet the thing, but I'm just saying like, because okay, so the mother's not an empathetic person, he's an empathetic person, so it's almost like I feel like their relationship, they obviously had shared the secrets of whatever, so he learned about this because there was no archive, there's no books, nobody knows anything, so why would he have known any different? You know what I mean? Like history would have been wiped out before he even joined. So it's almost like him as a scribe learning that information is like, well, now I have to commit it to something. And it's like, that's where I'm getting the vibe where he's now telling her.
Hold on. I'll tell you the line. Just don't to reel you in a little bit, because you're going a little bit too far off the edge here. To reel you in a little
We're
bit, there's a
jumping off.
line in another book that says that it's not a spoiler, so it's fine. It takes one generation to destroy the history,
Mm-hmm.
and it takes a second generation to teach the destroy or to not teach the destroyed history.
Yeah, that
And then
was in the
that
way
book.
Yeah,
It never goes again.
that's what I'm
I don't know
saying.
if that was in the book.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think it was like this is my
Because
thought. I don't know if
very
it's true or not, but I'm just saying I think it was destroyed before him. I just think like she's. I have a weird feeling that she's playing some political game, and
Yeah,
the reason she's
ask
hiding
this
it from the
real quick.
daughter so far is because if she was to know, like this. If Violet was to know this early on, she would have been like at threat of like, you know too much kind of thing. We need to axe you off.
Well, Greg, let me ask you a question. In the world, is there only one library?
No, there's multiple libraries.
Oh,
Midnight Library.
so what do you think about the book? There's probably more than one library, right?
Listen, there probably is.
Navarre, I'm just saying, Navarre is not the only country, correct? In the
True.
book?
True. But it doesn't mean
Could
that
the
they're
dad have gone
necessarily.
somewhere else and found out?
Nor
could
just
have.
knows that it's a war of northern aggression.
But if they've been at war for so long, it's like, can you leave? I don't know. Like these are my fundamental thoughts. We could expand upon. Could he have gone to another library somewhere else? Exactly. I mean, this other land, I don't remember what it's called. What's the Griffin's land's called? Tyrion or something?
No, Tyrandor is not where the Griffins are from.
Griffins.
Yeah,
The
where,
Griffins are
Also-
not from Tyrandor.
wherever Meet the Griffins are from
They're not.
is.
You don't know
Um,
who's. You guys have no idea who's from Tyrandor, do you?
Hold on.
Fen Ryerson, Orson, them.
Ryerson.
Oh, Promil or whatever. Promil.
Renoli.
Yeah, I know what it is. I mean, the Griffins, it kind of, they don't really give you a good base on, I feel like, to try and figure out where they are, because they attack
Promolio. Where they're
Promil.
from.
Monsterot. So, like, you could think they're from
So the Griffins.
Let's go back to the fact
province.
that. So I just want to throw something out there real quick. I forget who said it. It was either Greg or Will, obviously. But one of you guys were like, "Oh, like I want to know how how Tyrandor got rebuilt because it was burned to the ground."
Yeah.
I think it was Greg. It was
that
you,
was
right?
me, yeah.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. What are castles made out of?
Oh, no, okay. I understand they're made of stone. That was written in the book. Like majority of it was
Stone
there.
doesn't burn.
I know it doesn't burn, but like there has to be some kind of like understanding or knowledge that like people are living there again. I mean, we're talking a massive castle, like people are there. Like that's what I'm just saying. It's
But
awfully
there's no-
suspicious that
You-
people just don't.
You could figure this out. I'm going to walk you through this. Why would people? Who is the one person from the VAR that would be able to know?
Melgren.
There's one person.
Melgren.
Exactly.
Melgren
And
are there.
what cannot happen for Melgrim to see things?
Well, hold on. Let's just backtrack a little bit because Melgren's power isn't the ability to see what's going on in the world.
Oh,
His ability is to see battles.
he can see battles.
There's no battle
Which-
taking place right now there. There's just a rebuilding. So even if he could see, it's not like he would be able to see
There-
anyway.
They're just fighting to fucking keep him from seeing.
But I would say, but seeing doesn't matter
I don't
because
wanna
like,
say that. That actually might have been a
oh,
low-key
see,
kind of spoiler, so I don't want to say that then.
sorry,
It's not
that's
really a
we're spoiling again.
No, because you find out as soon, like the fucking first chapter in Iron Flame. It's not really like a major spoiler. But like, okay, like it's not really a major. There's
You get what I'm thinking though,
You
right?
better-
Because I'm thinking you
yeah.
can only see battles. Like there's no battle
yes,
there.
but you have to understand. Like, you don't be naive and think that the people in Tyrandor are just sitting there doing nothing. You know who's in Tyrandor. You know it's Brennan. You know if Brennan's there, he's an ex-rider. There's probably other what there.
He's an ex-rider. He's not a rider anymore. Another spoiler. Didn't know.
Oh no! I'm saying ex-rider. Like
He's not a
in
rider
Navarre.
for Navarre anymore.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what I'm
okay.
saying. He's not a rider for Navarre. Yeah, I'm not saying he's not
Ex-Navarre.
a
Yeah, I
rider.
know.
He doesn't fight for Navarre anymore. Is what I'm saying.
Sure.
Yeah, he mends for Tyrandor. Maybe he's just
See, what I think
mending
is interesting
Could be
though
an
is that like, you
X-Mender.
guys haven't talked about the fact that like if they go back, like for Violet's perspective, who like needs her friends, do you think she tells her friends or no?
No, 'cause she's already been sworn to secrecy. She said she wouldn't, and
Saying-
she hasn't
For
she
someone
hasn't
like her who
broke a
needs
secret
her
yet.
friends everything.
Well, she hasn't broke a secret yet.
That's true.
She won't. I don't think she will because I don't think she'll put herself in a position where like she'll like she doesn't seem to be the kind of person that's like, I know a secret, let me keep like talking about it enough to where you start asking me questions to where I'm like, oh, I have to kind of tell you now. It's almost more like she's just gonna be like, I'm not gonna tell you a lie, but I'm just not gonna really just expand upon the truth kind of thing. Like she'll probably just be like, the war games were sick or something like that, or we got some griffins came and slapped us
They're
up.
gonna be like, where were you in war games?
Do you think Mira knows?
Dude, Mira knows something. Mira knows something. She's
I don't think
she can't
so,
be this
'cause,
clueless.
She would have bailed if
Would she?
I think so, but now that we're talking about it, just evaluating the argument from sides, she is super sus around. I assume it's because of the Bowie and Relic thing. That shit with Brennan. If you're
So-
looking at it from all,
One thing I want to say, which is what I've been dying to tell you guys throughout the whole Fourth Wing book, because I felt your guys' way about Dane as well. And it's not a spoiler, because this was released by Rebecca Yarros, the author, before Iron Flame came out. I don't hate Dane. I think he's misunderstood. Rebecca Yarros says he's a 21-year-old kid who trusts his father.
We still hate
How
Dane.
can you-
one of those.
We still hate Dane. Sorry, we're still team hating
Yeah.
Dane.
I will tell you another thing that Rebecca told everybody before Iron Flame came out. Dane is one of, if not her favorite character.
Yeah, because it's the character that's going to spoil everything. He is gonna inject himself into every little nook and cranny.
Yeah,
Is
He has the
like,
coolest power.
Or
He's the only one that has
It's
been
like, oh,
murdered for
like
knowing
chaos.
things.
that's so
Dane
interesting.
chapter chaos.
You guys think so negative.
We have
because
such a sadistic view on Dane. I love it.
You do, because the whole fan base was like, when she said that, I'm not confirming whether it's which one is right. The whole fan base was like, "Oh fuck me, he's gonna try to give Dane a redemption arc, and I don't want that."
Oh well, it's been laid out that she's got like how Greg was saying the stage was set heavy for Lilith to be bad. There's a stage set for Dane's redemption arc. It doesn't feel like the way it was written that they're just gonna have him be some shitty person for 5 books.
Is Dane redemption
I mean,
arc?
I'm gonna
No,
like him.
I think he has a villain arc. Like, because right now he hasn't really done anything to be a bad person. He's just an asswipe and annoying. That's all I really don't like about him is because he's annoying. Like, he hasn't really done anything bad. He's followed the rules. He had a friend that died. There's nothing wrong with like wanting to know about that and like overstepping. And I think Violet's her like falling out of romantic relationships with him is just because he's just like, obviously he can't break the rules. He would have like let her essentially die because he wouldn't break the rules. Like he's just like an annoying character in the sense of like what he stands for. His principles are like, I don't know. I feel like are not the same principles I feel like most people would share, I guess. Like, I don't know. I just feel like he has there's something about him that's annoying, but he doesn't.
But he does.
No, because he would have let her
does.
die during the games if it would have meant he had to break the rules. That's what I'm
He cares
saying.
more about like
Yeah.
being the
But
stellar
do you
woman.
know? So
his
you're
dad.
you're sitting here thinking that Dane knows about the venom.
No, I'm not sitting
No.
here saying that. No, I don't think he's.
Saying
Yeah.
the redemption arc is gonna be at the end of Iron Flame. Probably he's gonna like get hit with the truth and see that his dad's a scumbag, and then he's gonna like try and come to Violet. Probably by the end of book 2, Xaden and Violet are still gonna be fighting, and then like Dane's gonna try and sneak in because he's all good now, and then 3 is gonna be Xaden's redemption arc to being back into Violet's good graces.
So you think
I have a
two,
different take on that.
Violet and Zayden are fighting?
I'm not. I just spun that now because I see, like, I think they put it too early on of like love triangle vibes to just kill them off immediately.
That's
And
what,
like I said, the redemption arc is. It feels like it most certainly is coming. So part of the redemption arc is going to be it timed up well to like Violet and Zayden fight. Even though like I still think they're going to be together in the end, but
What were you going to say,
like,
Greg?
I just have a crazy different take. I don't have any redemption arc for Dane because there's nothing to redeem right now. Like he's not. I don't think he has done anything that deserves a need to be redeemed. Like he hasn't.
We got Liam killed.
But you could chalk that up to just stupidity. Well, no, Liam didn't
Doesn't
die.
bring Liam back.
Liam didn't die because of Dane, though. It's because of Dane's father.
directly.
Which then,
Dane
where did
told
Dane's father learn
about
about it, though?
Dane.
Dane pulling from Violet's memories.
Wait, hold on. Maybe I'm missing piece on that piece because, like, what's the piece I'm missing here? What's the connection between Dane and Liam's death?
Dane stole Violet's memories.
Yeah.
And so I won't tell you what memory. I will not, because that is a major spoiler.
Mm-hmm.
But he stole her memories and told her dad about something to do with the Relic kids and Zayden. And that is why they ended up at Maserad. And they fought. Because Dane trusted his dad. Now, I won't tell you what memory and all that, but that is why Violet, where she's at, blames Dane.
See that, like, to me, that piece, that's like not a decision that was up to him. Like what?
And that is why I'm trying to tell you that Rebecca is trying to get the audience to understand he is a 21-year-old kid who trusted his father to do the right thing.
But that's
how
what
many
I'm saying.
of us have done that?
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I say, like, I don't put Liam's. I hate Dane because he's annoying, because his principles are so, like, I don't share the thought that I think he is like necessarily like a person with a lot of malice or anything like that. I just think he's just an annoying character who is like, because I'm not for the redemption plot, because I don't think he has to redeem anything. Like, I don't think Liam's death's on him. I don't think he has anything to redeem himself on. He hasn't done anything to me, or, well, obviously not to me. I don't think he's done anything to any character that was justly wrong. Like, following the rules and not breaking them, I don't think, like, even though is it really shitty to say to your friend that I would let you die.
Yeah, but he stole Violet's memories.
Yeah, but if he was asked to do that, that's what my thoughts are. If he was asked to do that, or if someone who has the mindset of, like, I have to follow the rules, and if I see something bad or negative or wrong happening, I have to then share it. And if he has the ability, and the whatchamacallit, the Navarians are allowing him to live with the power of reading people's minds, he's going to be
people's minds.
Well, when he can see memories. Yeah, like, if he's being kept alive and being allowed to keep that power and not killed, we know that you're supposed to continue to wield your power and continue to grow and use it. So it's like, I don't view him like using his power, reading people's memories. It's like, if it was really a problem, he would have been murdered for it. Like, well, he was not murdered for it.
He's not murdered for it because, I think Zayden says it, that, like, they're just gonna weaponize him.
Exactly.
Like,
that's why I'm saying, like, I don't see him doing anything wrong.
It
just blows my mind here.
I can see it that it's like being weaponized for bad. Thinks it's just being.
Oh yeah, I'm not discrediting or saying that he's not using it for bad things or for bad people, but I'm just saying, like, in the terms of, like, the rules and regulations, I don't think he's doing anything that's wrong by reading people's memories.
I feel like that just blows my mind then. So then, like, because, like, literally that whole spiel right there. Again, I will not say if I like or dislike Dane right now, because I just don't want to spoil anything. But I will say, where you are at right now, Greg, when I first read Fourth Wing, if I was Will right now listening, I would be like, yo, this guy like clearly likes Dane. Like his viewer, like that whole
Oh,
spiel sounds like
It
you're
does
defending
seem
him.
like you're
I'm
pro.
just,
You
okay.
are
Let me
pro
clear it
Dane.
up. Let me clear it up. I'm not pro Dane. I already told you. I don't like Dane's principles. I don't like him as a character. I think he's I think, but this is good because I think he's actually a really good character in the sense of like the author built a really good character.
Oh,
but
of course,
I
yeah.
think him
well,
and his
that's-
like principles and everything like that are just like very. Like I just don't like I can't relate to them, and he strikes me as a really annoying character. But I also can see like the position that he's in. I don't think he's done anything where he needs a redemption. I think he will have a fall from grace because I think he is high on grace right now. I think everyone around him is like he's an
only
awesome
don't like
person.
Dane. You only don't like Dane because you can't relate to him. But you think up until this point he has done nothing wrong.
No, I really don't. I don't think he has done anything wrong in the terms of like law. I don't think he's lawfully done anything wrong. Like for example, we could say Violet and Satan have done things that are wrong, right? They should have like if they're traitors now, they should have left. But if we're just saying strictly in law, but I like Violet and I like Zayden. That's what I'm saying. Like
because
I feel like
Greg,
I'm going
to save Greg, he's right in the part that lawfully nothing.
Lawfully, but morally,
morally.
That's what I'm
for
saying.
sure.
That's why I don't like the character because I think he's a morally. I don't enjoy his principles. I don't enjoy what he stands for.
For him, he's living in like his morals are good in the terms of like he's serving like the command chain that he like so desperately wants to be part of. He's a bum for that, but like that's what he's doing.
Yeah, like
I don't agree with it. I won't be happy with the redemption arc when it comes.
But that's what I'm saying. Like that's where
I'm not a fan. Greg, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how you're not seeing though that he.
dude, I don't see the redemption arc because it's not.
That doesn't really make sense either. But
can't there be a redemption arc for a morally challenged character right now?
But okay, so like when it comes to morals,
I said, can't there be a redemption arc for somebody who's like morally wrong right now?
Well, yeah, there can. But that's in the
There's
eyes.
no other way to spin it. He is morally wrong. Again, I will not confirm or deny because I don't want to give anything away. But where you guys are at right now, if you guys believe that he knows about everything that's going on because his dad is higher up, morally, he is 100% wrong. He's sentencing multiple people to die, and he's perfectly fine with it. Or,
dude, I'm going to have such a hot take here to hate it.
Wrong, or he's not morally wrong, and he's just in love with the girl, and he's a 21-year-old kid who just trusted his dad to do the right thing.
Yeah, but okay, in terms of saying, like, we're saying he's a young 21-year-old kid and saying that he's morally wrong right now, I just don't agree because he learned his morals from his father. He thinks this is morally right. So it's like, can you really have a redemption arc when you haven't even had, like, when you're not actually morally wrong, I guess? Or he doesn't think he's morally wrong.
Like, solidify Greg's point just in what you're saying. Like, I get how you're thinking morally, like, for us, it's wrong. Based off of what his morals are, they're not wrong because he followed his, or at least what we believe are his morals of, like, family, which I guess Violet's not part of that. And
I'm not saying that. I know what you guys are saying. I'm not saying that.
Nick, I agree with you that it's morally wrong, but to him, I don't know if he's.
But even
I'm saying what's morally wrong is, which he doesn't follow his, or he does follow his dad, is the fact that the redemption arc is not about Dane necessarily. The redemption arc could be about Dane and Violet's friendship becoming back to what it was, because no matter how you spin it, Dane broke the law and was morally wrong by stealing Violet's memories without telling Violet.
Yeah.
But no, was he? But is that breaking the law or is that breaking trust?
It is. No, it's both.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
technically, the cadets are not supposed to use their powers unless they are in Signet training.
But he's a year 2.
It's the same thing.
I see. This is the point where I'm like, I have to reread those pieces because I don't really remember like too much. But I'm just saying, like, if they're in Signet training, but she goes off with like the professor into the woods and shit like that, starts like lightening
That's
up
Signet
trees, like,
Not training.
but like they're like in the kitchen, he's like melding forks and shit like that. I don't know. Like there has to be some kind of like piece to that.
Intentionally.
But I guess what I'm saying, like, but back to his like, let's go back to like arguing about the morals, because this is actually quite interesting. I actually don't think morally he's actually like, is he really doing anything wrong morally? Like in the eyes of us, yes, he's doing something morally wrong, because we know as characters that like the traitors in his eyes are actually not bad people. They're here to help. He doesn't know about the venom. He doesn't know about the wyvern. He doesn't know about the griffin. He doesn't know about any of this. He is essentially looking at these traitors like everyone else and being like, these people are traitors to us. They tried backstabbing us. And he spotted something in someone's mind, right? And goes, look at what these traitors are doing. And then he goes and does it. Him sending Liam off or whatever, in his mind is probably like, this is awesome because this is a traitor. This guy is advocating bad against Navarre, which I'm sworn to protect, kind of thing. So like in my mind, we as the reader know he's an asswipe, but him as a person, like him, like if we were getting his point of view, he probably knows nothing. He probably like, well, I hate all the traitors. They're all asswipes. And he hates Violet probably right now because he's like, I can't believe you'd be with a traitor.
I agree with that whole end part you just said, but I do think Dane does know exactly what he was sending them to. Maybe not exactly, but like when Xaden called Violet out of the squad and into to go.
Yeah, because he says, "I'll miss you."
There's nothing I can do then. Like I guess it's decided. Like so he knows. What I'm curious now to like all that making me think. Technically, this could like the memory stealing could have occurred by accident. The first one. Because there are just, although I don't think he like.
How many times? But think about how many times he touched her.
Yeah, they like make it obvious that he touches like. But I'm saying on the first one, maybe it was like the first one was out of endearment, and then he like saw the tree situation maybe, and then was like, okay, now I need to fucking actually stay on top of this and see what's going on, and instead of. Like maybe that is what it is, and he saw the tree one first, and then was like, okay, obviously we can't blow this up right now because this has a greater purpose than just Xaden like trying to make them get through school.
Yeah, but that's where it leads me to believe that I don't think he's really done anything wrong. Like he catches these memories and then he realizes there's like a repeat offender almost, where he's like, she knows things, and she knows things that are hurting Navarre, that could potentially hurt Navarre. Yeah. He would end up being a traitor himself by not relinquishing that information back. And then he's probably being told by management, you have to go find out more about her because she knows things.
For Dane's morals then, if we're going like what was morally right for him, it would be to have said something immediately after the first memory, and then because it happened, like say by accident, if that's the case of like where we stick with that just for the sake of this conversation. Like first one happens by accident, he reports it. Then there's no more cases where he's clearly doing it intentionally and keeping it from Violet. Because like that's when it's happens more than once after a hypothetical accident. And he's still stealing the information without her knowing. That's 100% morally wrong for someone that he can be best friend.
I'm saying like after the first accident, he probably saw something, told his father, whatever, told upper command, and then command's like, all right, well, we need to keep looking at this. You need to keep figuring more about this out. Like I'm saying, like he's not doing anything wrong, and this is what makes me not like him as a character, is because he is willing to put like. He was willing to put like the Navarre and this whole system of like that these traitors above his relationship with this girl, and he's willing to continue to do this. That's what makes me not like him as a character. He's an but the problem is, it's not against the law to be an asswipe. It's not against the law. So it's like I don't think morally, I don't think he's done anything wrong. They're crazy takes, I know, but he's not done anything wrong.
Hold on. I just can't with you because I was sitting here and I was about to give you your flowers. I was going to clap for you. and be like, you are exactly what Rebecca Yaros has like been fighting for. That like, you know, like he's like every point you have made, has been like on the money of is exactly why like Rebecca, like on every interview she's done, like all the press right before Iron Flame, he said all of this, like you were making every point, and I was about to be like, yo, all you, congrats.
Give it
Like
flowers.
you are what she was trying to say. And then you just go and just be like, well, he's an ass fight because I don't agree with this stuff. It's like, dude.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's my own personal
Here's the
opinion.
thing. No. Here's the thing.
That's
the problem
where
with your argument
right.
right now. This is your problem. This is the real problem, and I think this is when I think will agree with me. You are like, you just won't. You're not digging your heels in on one or the other, which is fine. But if you want to defend Dane, which you have, and you hold on, which you have, and you have spoken your case for him for not doing anything wrong, right? And Rebecca would love you for it. The fan base would hate you, but Rebecca would love you for it because that's what she thinks.
Okay.
Then you go on, after you go on like probably a 10-15 minute tangent about it. At the end, you go, but I hate him because I don't match his morals.
But that's what I'm saying. You can see something and be like, okay.
Get it. But Will and I have not once said that we don't see it. Will and I have just dug our
No, you have. You guys have been telling me that he needs a redemption arc. For what?
Oh, no. I've been the one saying that I see your side.
Yes.
But you're wrong.
A redemption arc because he sucks. That's why. He doesn't need a redemption arc because Will and I are saying he's wrong. He needs a new redemption arc because he fucking sucks as a character.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying.
He's at a point where I hate him so much that the redemption arc, like, ungodly, like, amazing. That, like, I even consider liking him.
But that's what I'm
honestly
saying. How could
the only way I like him is if he dies saving them. Then I'd be like, all right, thanks. But like, appreciate you for keeping the books going on, big man. Thanks.
But all I'm saying is like,
good job, champ.
I'm just saying, like, I don't think he needs a redemption for morally or anything else. I think he hasn't done anything morally wrong. Like, if we're really stating it right from his point of view, these are traitors.
He just hates the character.
No, I'm just saying these are traitors. Like you are talking about you guys are thinking, you guys are like, oh, you're in the mind of Violet, bro. Get in the mind of a Navarian.
No, Greg. We're not disagreeing with you. We're not saying he's morally wrong. Will and I are saying he is morally wrong in our eyes. Mm-hmm. That is what we've been saying the whole time. Which you, just after going on a 15-minute tangent, agreed with.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm losing the plot right now. I'm losing the plot right now because I'm thinking you guys are like, he needs a redemption arc because he's a morally wrong character.
No, he needs a redemption arc because he sucks as a character.
No, that's false. He's a great character.
He needs a redemption arc because he puts Navarre before his friends. And as a reader and people that have, better morals than that.
Is that morally wrong? To put country above others.
I'm not saying it is. What I'm saying is, no one has said that. But as as a reader like Will and I, he is 100% wrong because our morals are not his morals. So as a reader, I would want a redemption arc for a character because I want this character that's supposed to be super close with Violet and is clearly an important character. I want him to be on her side because at the end of Fourth Wing, I did not think Dane was the enemy. I'm not saying he is the enemy. Don't get it twisted. I'm not giving any spoilers. Mm-hmm. But where I was at you guys, I just hated him because I thought he was a piece of shit. Not saying he was wrong or anything like that. I just didn't agree with what he did as an individual.
And just to snowball on that, I personally want him to die.
So did I.
That's where I'm at. I don't want the only redemption arc that I will be okay with is a death by him to save others.
Dude, I'm telling you,
this we can make up because we said it last time. Jack's death overshadowed by Violet wielding lightning. I don't want Dane's death overshadowed by anything. I want that to be painful.
Dude, I don't want a Dane death. A Dane is
it almost made me do 4-star on the book. So
Bro,
I need Dane
listen,
to die aggressively.
this kid sits here, Will.
Dude, let me tell my point.
Defend Dean for 15 minutes, then just drops, but I hate him because he's an asswipe. Then, after we try to tell him how we are thinking, Will goes, I want him to die a brutal death. And Greg, immediately after saying he hates him, goes, I don't want a Dane death.
Dude,
Greg,
let me defend myself. Let me defend myself, please.
Before you go, Greg, just let me hop inside your mind.
Okay.
I think that you want
Pick a side.
Dane to take the villain arc, and then by the 5th book, Dane kills Violet and Dane's victorious at the end. That's where your mind's at.
Oh, dude,
It's like Team Dane, bro.
let me slip this into your brain here. Let me slip it into your brain, dude. Because the whole Dane plotline is like, dude, he's almost like the Joker of the book. I feel like he's gonna have a fall from grace. Like he is right now. He is like the golden child of Navarre, morally perfect, a perfection of like a beautiful student that like everyone should look up to, role model kind of person, right? Follows the rules, tries really hard to be a squad leader, looks after his squad, yada yada yada, you know, all that stuff, right? And is also a staunch hater of traitors, willing to send a traitor to their death because that's what they deserve in the eyes of Navarre. So it's like he's like a staunch model citizen kind of. And I feel like there's no room for redemption. There's only a room for a fall from grace. And I think he will have a massive fall from grace where he will end up becoming his father. He will end up and I'm telling you, it's not going to be because of like his father's doing or whatever. It's going to be because of Violet and Semi-Zayden, right? Because this love triangle, that's a square. This love triangle is what's gonna drive him into just like exploding mentally, where like he will never get Violet because he is morally wrong in her eyes, and Zayden is this like morally awesome person. So it's like, hold on, before you, I know you're itching right now. Get some cream for that itch because I gotta keep going here. God, I lost my train of thought now too. But essentially what I'm saying, he's going to have a fall from grace. It's going to be friggin' sick. He's going to become like the Joker, and it's going to be awesome. And I can't wait for it because I really don't think I don't think anything wrong with him. I think he's the man.
You ever think he can have a fall from grace? He could be a fall from grace, bro, and he could be a fall from grace, but it doesn't have to be bad. He could be a fall from grace, and he can actually be like, you know what?
Oh no, he's going full
right.
No, he's going to become bad. I'm telling you, he's going to become bad.
I think it's crazy to say he was at grace.
Dude, he's literally Grace. He is the man. Like, all right, now I'm a Dane lover, but it's not from that.
It's really hard. And like a goody golden boy. Like, yeah, if that, all right, he probably thinks he's at grace. No one else does.
Dude, everyone thinks he's at grace because you guys are looking from Violet's perspective and Zayden's perspective. You are looking from the rebellion side's point of view. Now you're like Brennan's alive.
Hey,
you're like, he's the man.
Hey, who do you think has more pull though?
Who do you support? Are you supporting Navarre, or are you supporting these traitors to rebellions? Are you for God and country, or are you for some traitors? Oh my God, where's your patriotism, men? Where's your patriotism? Are you kidding me? The dragons are picking Navarians. So they're picking traitors too. But
are they? Are they picking?
I'm saying no.
Last I
checked, we're pro Dayton now. We're pro Dayton now.
I'm just saying. Last I checked, there's less and less dragons bonding at threshing.
The best dragons that we have met, anyway.
Stop dropping lore, Nicholas. How are you dropping lore? There's less dragons at threshing. Stop telling me there's like a rebellion threshing now. Stop with this nonsense. This is unethical in the book club meetings. You can't drop.
So bad.
But somehow the biggest battle pick the so-called traitor. 2 dragons, something that never happened, picked a traitor.
All I have to say is I'm right and wrong. There's nothing else you can say about it.
You're either going to be really right or you're going to be really, really wrong.
All I'm saying is the more I talk about it, the more I'm like, I might be a Dane, pro Dane. I might be pro Dane. I might be a Daner.
Which is
you
nothing wrong with
figuring
that.
it out.
Exactly. There's nothing wrong with that. But you've spent the last
Me and Nick
better half hour.
45 minutes ago, however long this has been going on.
Well, no, because I was just trying to enlighten your eyeballs to he's not a morally incorrect character.
But that's the thing, though. It's like you didn't have to enlighten us. We just
I
don't
told
like
you
it.
that.
Exactly.
I saw your train of thought.
Yes. Will and I
We
both saw your train of thought. When I
fucking book.
finished
We
Fourth
just gotta
Wing,
read the book, man.
when I finished Fourth Wing, I agreed with you. Like, I saw how, like, okay, like, morally in his eyes, he is correct. But I didn't give a fuck because I fucking hated him and wanted him to die a slow, miserable fucking death.
No.
I wanted it to be like 80 pages long, detailed description of major torture.
Give me a whole
That's fucking
about it.
shit.
You know,
Exactly.
Give me a whole
actually, I'm probably more of a Dane hater than both of you because you want him to die a painful death. I want him to have a fall from grace. I want him to become the villain. I want everyone to hate him, not just die. I want everyone to hate him. So,
but here's the thing. You, and I don't disagree with you on that, but you're not a Dane hater because you think at this point
you're a dirty Dane lover.
Dane, you are.
Yes.
At this point in time, you think Dane is at a high grace. Where Will and I, when I finished the book, where Will is, I thought Dane was at the lowest of lows ever.
No.
He's already lost everything. What does he have?
He's at the bottom of the parapet,
He
dude.
has
He's the
lost.
The one thing he wanted was Violet. That is the one thing he wanted. The only other thing he would have had was Amber, and we all know what happened to Amber.
Let's just ask ourselves: is Violet the one thing he wanted?
Let's just ask ourselves.
I want to be a wing leader for
He
sure.
knows the answers to that.
I'm just saying, Nicola, you don't have to answer. But I'm just saying, like, Will, I'm just saying, is that the one thing he wanted? Or does he feel some kind of like empathy because of young childhood nostalgia to this girl? Sure, he probably loves her. I'm not going to deny that. But like, clearly, he was willing to sacrifice her at threshing. I remember there's a sentence in there, I forget where he would not have stepped in to help her. And he tells her that. It's straight to her face. So clearly there's something way more important to him in his own eyes. So she would never have even been in a situation of like.
I just can't wait for you guys to find out the answers to these questions.
By what Greg was just saying, by threshing when he stepped in, there's talks of him having his hands on her head prior to threshing. So him not stepping in might have been influenced by a memory.
No. I mean, he would have never stepped in just because of.
I don't think he would have anyway. But I'm just saying.
No, because it's the fact of when he touched her. It's not that he touches her after, because that's when he kisses her and stuff. But that's when she learned of the memory. And that's what like really makes Violet pissed is he learns the memory that it looked like Zayden was going to step in. And that kind of gets brushed over in Fourth Wing because he gets all upset and Zayden's like, I didn't step in. And that's when Zayden kind of like asserts his dominance and is like, and if I had to step in, like he like without saying he would have. And then that's when he says to Dane, like, you know, when Dane's like trying to call him out that like you broke the rules, and he says, "What are you going to do? You're going to call out your wing leader, squad leader?" And that right there, that's when Violet draws a line in the sand and is like, "Fuck Dane, I'm pro Zayden," and that's why like all that stuff happens with Zayden and stuff like that because the main reason why, besides the fact that Zayden was good looking and all that stuff, the main reason why she picked Zayden over Dane is because Zayden always trusted her. He never needed her to prove anything. Dane never trusted her the whole time.
Dude, let me throw this little thought out here.
Oh, this fucking guy.
This is a crazy thought. I'm just with the throw a little theoristic because we keep talking about Zayden at thrashing, right? I think Zayden knew everything that was going to unfold before it even happened, because he knows Brennan's alive. He knows all this information. He knows all these factual things. He tells her that I loved you since the parapet. He knows. I think he knew that Tyrion. Yikes! I'm gonna get butchered in the comments for that one.
First off, he doesn't. Violet does not know that Zayden said that he loved her before the parapet.
Well, I meant at the parapet. Sorry, I misspoke. I meant to say, like, I've loved you since I saw you at the parapet, not before.
Yeah, but Violet doesn't know that though.
I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying what Violet knows. I'm saying what Zayden knows. I think Zayden knows. Okay. I think Zayden knows like way more. I think he knew the dragon was gonna merge with her. He knew Brennan. He knew all this stuff. Like, he is more in on it than I think we're coming to like find out. Like, I think there's way more knowledge that he knows about that.
Will, did I give you that answer?
Because I don't think so.
Asked me that.
I was gonna say
phone call. You find out, Greg. I promise. Like, in Iron Flame.
Just said. In that point of view, I think it's the last chapter. Zayden, or I don't know if it was that chapter or not, but
it is.
Zayden wasn't. Yeah, like Zayden was intending on stepping in, and then Taryn shows up. Like, he says, he's like, and then the big guy showed up. Like, and that, like, so I don't think he knew that. He might
say the big guy showed up, or did the big guy finally show up?
So
no, I think it was
into a really dangerous territory, because those are answers that I promise you will get, and those are answers that I don't want to give you because they're kind of major spoilers.
I'm just thinking, why does the mother try so hard to get her to become it? Why don't you just leave her to be a scribe? Like, they're clearly, to me, that's what I'm saying. The mom's playing political politics. I think she's in on it. I think she is. The rune dagger or the relic dagger, whatever the dagger is, the cool dagger. I don't know. I think she's in on it. I think she knows. And I think there's some political game between her and Dane's father that they're mulling over. And Dane's father's making a play for the throne.
I think it's so funny because it's like, I say it every time we do this. You guys are like so right on certain things, but you're also so wrong on so many things. I will say tonight, you guys are a lot more wrong than you were in past episodes.
Damn.
Well, that's more wrong this time.
I'm sorry, everybody. The other episodes have not been recorded.
We had 100 pages to go off of. I don't even have 2 words off of Iron Flame to go off of.
I know. Well, we're just making theories.
Iron Flame starts, I'll tell you. It starts with
stop it.
No,
we already know Brent's alive.
Well, that's how it starts. That's what I'm telling you. Also, one thing that's cool about Iron Flame too. So, like, you know, Fourth Wing is like a whole year, right?
Yeah, it's the first year.
Yeah. Iron Flame is not that.
Because it's 2 parts, right?
Iron Flame is like.
Hold on. We have to see if I want to see if it says transcribed again in the beginning.
Yeah, it's only I think it's 6 months, if I'm not mistaken. It's over 6 months. There's no time.
That, I think I'm going no school. Well, yeah, when you said 6 months, I was thinking you were going to say longer, not.
Yeah, but I'm saying even like Onyx Storm at the end of Iron Flame, there is no time jump.
That was just like a random spew out of 2 parts saying that I was guessing it was going to be longer instead of shorter. I'm glad. I'm not like against time jumps, but also I don't want that.
I just want to do this. This is like unrelated to the book, because I don't think this is related to the book at all. But why does Rebecca put it here? To my fellow zebras, not all strength is physical. What is that? What is she saying in there?
Something about
that's like the first. That's like we're talking first page, not first page. I mean,
that's what it's called. It's
is that part of the?
No, so the disease that Violet has in the book,
what Rebecca Yarros has.
That is what Rebecca Yarros has. That's a real disease. And
the hair thing.
Like
and the joints. Okay.
Not the hair thing, the joints thing.
Yeah.
and like one of the thing, it's like called a zebra something.
Oh,
And
okay.
that's as my fellow zebras. Yeah, it's
Oh,
not
okay.
like
Dude, I thought she was dude.
Something.
Dude, I thought she was talking about like astrology or like my fellow Libras or something like that.
No.
I didn't. Okay.
I'm getting spam. I've told Nick, I'm getting spammed with edits now on like every social media.
Dude, I'm great. I've stayed away from it. I don't have any spams.
Yeah,
Nothing.
Right. Major spoilers.
I've been getting spammed with.
Dude, my reel is clean.
There was one that was like when you finish Fourth Wing or whatever, or like when you start it, and then you realize that like Rebecca Yarros spoils the whole book in the beginning, and it was like the Jasnina transcribed thing. I went to the comments because I still don't really get it. No one in the comments knew what it was. Everyone was like, "I have no idea." This like freaked me out, and I was like, "Yep."
To be honest,
even great. What's even worse? How much Rebecca Yarros spoils her own book? How many dragons are on the cover of Fourth Wing?
2.
Oh, dude, I told you that too.
2.
I said I was like,
yeah, there's 2 dragons there.
and it's the golden.
Oh, black and golden. Yeah.
I texted Greg. I texted Nick after threshing. I was like, "Oh, the cover makes sense." And he was like, "I don't know how far you are, so I don't want to say anything." I was like, "She has 2 dragons, golden and black."
Yeah. No, yeah, it does.
There was a couple times that Will texted me, and I was like, "I don't know if I can answer this. I don't know where you are. Walk me through it. Where we at?"
Dude,
Iron Flame.
You know what? I'm going to drop some facts on you. This is going to be a hardcore fact drop for you. Dude, I'm going to drop some crazy theory on this, right? You know how in the beginning of the book, right? It goes yada, 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 faithfully transcribed, such and such, right? Mm-hmm. Currently, Vi is still in the, in the recorded history. But I think eventually she becomes so treacherous and so much of a traitor that she can no longer be written from a scribes and be put in the archives. So I almost think that like this is like, I mean, yes, it does say like their names are they're dead or whatever, but I think, I mean, the amount Brennan was written off dead. So it's almost like if they don't want to talk about you anymore, you're written off dead, and then you're never written about again. So these books are the last recorded Navarian scribes by a Navari scribe. It's the last. These are the last books ever to be mentioned. She may not be dead. She just may be in Tyrrell, just fucking lighting trees on fires with her orgasms. Like, we have no idea where she is. I mean, I don't, like, it could be whatever.
Dude, like, you just, like, you get so close, and then, like, you just fucking
Dude, sometimes
swing and miss, bro. Like,
no,
you just,
I'm
like,
not,
you get, like,
I've hit you with a tease.
Get to the water. No, like, you, like, get to the water. Like, you're, like, in the fucking Sahara Desert. Jesus is like, one more step. You're almost there. And you get there. You're at the water. And then you turn around and forget to drink it, and then you die.
It's like I'm fishing, and I cast it out. Instead of casting the hook out, I just hook my own pants, and I can't even send it out.
You left out the pit. You think you caught a fish, but you just caught yourself.
I think I caught a fish. No, but come on, Nick. I might be dropping facts on you that we're talking might be the next 2 books after Onyx Storm. We might come across that point, come back to this recording, and be like, "Holy crap, Greg might be Dane. He might be reading our minds."
Did you ever just stop to think that maybe I know the answer to it?
You may know. You only know current knowledge. That isn't final knowledge.
I'm just saying.
Now I'm arguing with Nick. I know more, Nick. I read the first book.
I will say this: you are, and it's not really a spoiler, but like, for example, a lot of people felt the way you did, not for the reason you gave, but a lot of people felt the way that you did. Like, well, wait a minute, like it doesn't actually mean they're dead. Like, it could just be that like this is just this piece of history, or it's just this piece of history, like all that. So you were correct about one thing in there. I will not tell you what piece, but you were correct about one thing in there. But like, yeah.
I think he's right
my small
about Violet being in Tyrrell, just lighting trees on fire with it.
Tyrrell.
Dude. He said it the way he's been saying it like the whole time.
Hey, Greg, Greg, what's the name of Zayden's dragon?
Oh, Surigal.
Fuck me, dude. I literally told you how to say it. Sigale.
Sigale. Yeah. Listen, I am so bad with the names. The names are I'm so bad with them.
Gold dragon called.
Who's dragon?
Gold.
Go back how we were talking about reread.
Oh, and
I'll
Dara?
probably do
What was that?
Andara?
and Darna.
Adarna?
Adarna.
Okay, we're close. I mean, Tyrion is the other one.
Tiernan, yeah.
Tyrion. There we go. I forgot a lot of. I've forgotten a lot of characters. There's some characters that I'm still waiting on to like learn more and more about. Like I want to learn more about the Sawyer character. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so you'll learn a lot more about them in Iron Flame. Like they become like, you know.
I almost feel like Sawyer plays a big role because it's almost like there was a reason why he didn't bond the first time around.
Yeah, Sawyer's funny because Sawyer's kind of like their mini squad leader.
Yeah, he's just an experienced guy
through the first year, and then it changes in the second year.
He's kind of like a second year already, like going back through.
You definitely learn a lot more about Sawyer. Sawyer's cool.
I mean, he has 100% of the experience that the first riders don't.
All right, to wrap this up, because this is just like we're almost 2 hours now.
Wrap this up.
Wait, hold on. But before we do a final wrap up, I just have one wrapping up question I want to ask. Who do we think dies in Iron Flame? I mean, this is really just for me and Will. But who do you think dies in Iron Flame? Someone has to die. No one's leaving this book without dying. There's a character going away.
I said this at the end of 1, who I thought was going to die, but that was before I knew it was 4 games and not an actual deck. I could see Brennan comes back, Mira dies. I could see that.
So when I was where you guys are, I was with I picked Mira, and I picked. I'd like to say I definitely picked a Relic Kid. I think I picked Imogen, if I remember correctly. Mira was my number 1 pick, though.
I could see
coworker Julie. We were talking about that, and I said I think Mira dies. And she was not happy with me, and then I said Imogen, and she was not happy with me either.
I don't.
I don't
think Imogen, but like I've told you guys before, I never don't suspect a death from anyone and especially in a book like this. But
I thought Major. I thought Major would be Mira. And then I thought Major in Zayden's eyes would be Imogen.
That's a good. See,
that was
in
Zayden's
eyes, I think I'm leaning towards Garrick.
Who do you think?
I think I'm leaning towards Garrick, or maybe Bodhi, like a family member would cut deep.
Yeah, I played around with that idea too, but
and if we're doing that long term, if hypothetically if it's Bodhi and then that sends Zayden into existential crisis, and that's part of what Storm's about.
Dude, I would drop some just crazy takes because I just think I'm going off of the title of the 3rd book, Onyx Storm, right? So I'm taking that. There's a title thing. I'm thinking there's a possibility that both Brennan and Zayden die in the 2nd book. And Onyx Storm is like the storm of what is to come from Violet after the death of Zayden. Because both Violet and Zayden can't stay alive. There's a rebellion. I've never seen a rebellion that's led by 2 people. One of those characters has to perish, and it has to be super sick. And Onyx Storm is just a crazy title. The Storm of the Onyx. Or what if she just killed Violet off? Crazy take. Kills Violet off. Onyx Storm is him losing his mind, and then Zayden becomes a bad guy. We're dropping crazy.
Okay, but hold on, because I love that. I'm not confirming if it's true or not. I love that, but I would also say there's also a 3rd option that you guys are not. Do you guys? I don't know if you guys know that though.
We don't know any 3rd options.
What do you guys know about the Venom?
That they suck the power out of the earth.
So that's all you know.
Yeah, and then if they die, the Wyvern dies. It's not. It's like the opposite of like
You
how
don't know
dragons
how
work
they
now.
become-
I
you don't
also
know how they
said
become venom.
no.
It's
It was
something
something,
that-
about like I want to say it's like they like turn the power inside of someone like again.
Okay, never mind. Let's not talk about it.
Yeah, we just know what the folklore book kind of says. They suck the power from the earth. They come from the barons. Like we don't really know too much, besides that they have like red veins and shit like that, and they're like super demonic.
Got you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, fair enough. Well, before I guess we wrap it up and call it a night. You guys are gonna start what tomorrow? Iron Flame.
Good night
I might
tomorrow.
be a or two tonight.
Yeah.
So where do we want to end up on Tuesday?
So it's like a 600-page.
It's shorter,
Let's
I
do
thought.
this. We're gonna do this. You have to get.
Oh, the pages are smaller.
No, Greg.
Dude,
Here's
you just do part
1,004
1.
words in Iron Flame. Get to the end of part 1.
That's
Finish
right.
where-
What page is part
You
1?
turn the page. You turn the page, and it says part 2.
When does what page is that? Do you know?
Give me a second. Don't look, Greg. I will look. Right
Okay.
now.
It's gotta just be like a halfway.
Yeah, you know what's weird because the books like Fourth Wing. I don't know if you can see this. Fourth Wing is like actually bigger than Iron Flame, but the pages, Fourth Wing's pages are massive compared to Iron. Okay, I was thinking that it was a smaller book.
A different binding in the spine that like
Part 1 of Record chapter 35 falls around. It's around 201.
Oh, okay, that's perfect. That's doable.
Oh, so
I don't
part
know
2
if
is
that's
way longer.
Part 2 is way longer.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's correct. It's around the 200 mark. You will finish it, and then you'll flip the page, and it'll say part 2, and that's all that's on the page.
Okay.
So once you get there, stop reading.
All right.
Cool.
Perfect. So if you want to follow along at home, read the part 2, and you can join the book club and see if our takes are any good.
Exactly. The one last thing I'll say before signing off is I'm throw a little soft grenade out there for all the people that listen or are watching that have read all the way up to Onyx Storm. Wait until you guys learn about chocolate cake. That's all I'm gonna say.
Chocolate
Nice little
cake.
soft spoiler out there for you guys. It means nothing until you actually get to it.
It means absolutely nothing.
Okay.
Fuck out of me.
Chocolate cake could be a meaning to could be a sexual meaning. You never know.
Could. Guess you have to wait and see. But
All right.
until next time, guys. I'll see you guys on Tuesday.
Later.
Keep
Love
on
you guys.
reading.
Keep on
Love you
reading.
guys.
Bye bye. Love you guys. See ya.